Looks like I'm living rent-free in your heads again, huh? I mean, if you're gonna spend your days obsessing over me, you might as well start calling me something respectable. Maybe Daddy Shizzy, or better yet, Papa Nut. Who's the grown-up here? Alright, it's me. Let's go. Call me Daddy, yeah, that's who I am. Running your mind's like a master plan. Papa Nut, Shizzy Daddy, take your pick. I'm only in your thoughts while you still act sick. Call me Daddy, it's what you mean. Why you chase the crust and I take the lead? Living rent-free, that's my name. Go ahead, say it, put some respect on your name. Man, I'm too old, well here's a surprise. I'm the one with the brains while you're stuck with the lies. You act like you're experts, but here's the reality. I'm the one controlling your mental reality. So while you're out there trying to throw shade, I'm sipping coffee and you're feeling betrayed. You're mad, I got the spotlight, now it's my time. So why not call me Daddy or Papa with a rhyme? I'm the landlord and you're just the tenants, stuck in your headspace with no insight, no repentance. Call me Daddy, you know it's true. You'd be lost without me, stuck in the glue. Call me Daddy, I'm holding your mind while you're scrambling, trying to find what's behind. Papa Nut, Shizzy Daddy, don't you see? You're living in my world now, I'm the VIP. Call me Daddy, just let it be. While you're trying to figure out your own identity. Oh, I see you're confused, trying to get it right, spinning your wheels while I'm out of sight. You think you've got it figured, but you got it all wrong. I've been running your minds all along. But sure, keep pretending you don't care. Keep saying you're done, but I'm still in the air. You got no choice but to bow to my name. Daddy Shizzy is here to own the game. You say you don't watch, but you're obsessed. Every word I say puts you to the test. Call me Daddy, Papa Nut, you know you should. Because I've been living rent-free, and you know it feels good. Shizzy Daddy, owning your headspace, and there's no escape. Good luck with that.
Man, oh man, what a night, what a night. Good to see all you fine folks here. So tasty, so tasty. All the document drops today was just, it was like, as soon as one would drop, another one would drop, another one would drop, another one would drop, and he just continued over and over. Doug Raid, welcome, Doug Raiders. Good evening, good evening. Welcome, newcomers. Glad you all could be here. Hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful day. Yamaha was over at Doug's. So that's awesome. That's awesome. Maybe he'll show up here too. You know how he is. Sometimes he likes to show up. Sometimes he feels like a nut. Sometimes he doesn't. Tonight, we're going to have a little bit of fun. Oh, look at that. Oh, someone already started right off the bat. Fallen Hero with 1 gifted membership. Well, you know what that means.
Welcome to the shit show.
Oh, yes. Every single day, a new flavor of fuckery. 'Cause everybody sucks, you see, and they're dumber than a bag of what? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Yeah. Days of ridiculous, ignorant, balder, dash, poppycock, bollocks, and buggery. Oh, yes. Hit that thumbs up. Make it feel good. Make it feel special. Oh, today is your 20th anniversary. Well, happy anniversary, Colleen. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So congratulations on that. That's very cool. Yeah, the great judge documents all in one. Horrible judge response. No, I think the judge was pretty straightforward on all of his responses. He looked pretty solid. I mean, you gotta look at the big picture of it. Look at the big picture of all of what's coming in and what's going on. Does anyone know of a channel that has been removed from YouTube and just go on someone else's channel? Oh no, that would break YouTube's terms of service, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know. I mean, that would be my suspicion. I mean, You got to read the terms of service. I'm not YouTube, so I couldn't tell you what all those terms of services are. But I don't know. Doug Raiders, welcome. Welcome, maybe not. Hey, good to see you. Good to see you. See if I missed. Oh, man, you guys are just piling up here. Good to see all of you. Sue Scat. Hey, I haven't seen Sue Scat in a while. Hey, Shizzy. Yeah, I got the helmet. I got the helmet today. Maybe not. Good to see you this evening. Tammy Bugard. Oh, my gosh. Let's see if Texas Jules, how you doing? Good to see you, man. Oh man, Roy I'm going to say that name wrong. Good to see you, Roy. Oh my gosh. Wow. You guys have been here for a little while, haven't you? I hope you didn't wait too long. I was busy with a whole bunch of other stuff, so I couldn't be here on time. Oh, well, thank you, Tammy. I appreciate it. Good evening. Good evening. All right, let's see here what we got here. Well, I mean, there was a lot of documents. Like I said, I probably won't even be able to go over all of them tonight because there's just so much garbage. I mean, it just scratches my head, and we'll have to rewind it a little bit whenever we get there because it's going to be good. And let's see what we got. So this fired this thing off right here. I mean, this was epic. It's just, oh, John boy comes rolling in. Gotta stir up the pot. When can we look forward to hearing an answer on this here motion as it's been sitting for approximately 3 months now? Well, you can. Good evening, Wender Bender, with the $5 super chats. That's so kind of you. Look at that. That is beautiful. Coming in saying, good evening, Shizzy Daddy. May the shit show will finally get rolling with the Mug Raiders. Love the Mug Raiders. They're awesome. There you go. That's for you. Thank you so much. Oh, hey, Yamaha. Yeah, you, if you got the time, brother, I understand that you be busy, but if you got the time, we got some fun letters tonight. Man, oh man. So yeah, this is what started this whole mess right here. Well, the judge wasn't too happy about it. But what exactly was the document that he's referring to? Document 123. Oh my gosh. Well, let's see. What does it say? What does it say? It says, well, I've got a motion to vacate a consent to magistrate under 28 U.S.C. 636C4 Federal Rules of Civil Procedure 73B34 based on extraordinary circumstances, including fear of arrest. So what exactly was this all about? This was 23 pages of absolute gobbledygook, saying that the magistrates ignored the plaintiff's above quoted admission of abusing litigation to inflict financial burden. Well, is this more of that polyflop stuff? No. You have to read the whole context of what he said. See, you're only taking a little bit of what was said, and it's a little too early to be filing something like this. But no. Bruce could not let it go. He couldn't turn over discovery. No, he just let that stuff just sort of float out there like a dirty turd in the wind. Address the issue of whether the extortion label was purposely misapplied to influence and just rambles. Like the amount of rambling and incoherent jibber jabbing. Oh, and of course now he's going to go back to 96 and 118. Oh yeah, let's talk about those. Oh yeah, let's talk about those. Whoa, 96 118. Now the magistrate immediately issued an order for an expedited response. 97 the next day, without any response filed or addressing the merits of 96, ordered the undersigned to travel to Pensacola for an April 3rd hearing to show cause why he was losing his pro hoc vice status. Well, what do you think that was all about? There was a show cause, the judge saying, all right, we need to work this out because I'm not going to have this bickering back and forth I'm done with the bickering. I'm done with the game playing. We're not playing this shit no more. You bring your ass here to Pensacola, where you're going to be sitting in front of me. Bring your checkbooks, because this is something that's been caused by both councils. Okay. Member for 5 months. Good to see you back, Papa Nut. Missed you. I haven't gone anywhere. I've been here the whole time, Robert Ward, but thank you very much for the super chat. And
Welcome to the shit show.
most definitely welcome. Good to see you back, Papa Nut. Missed you. Yes, I have been here the whole time. I haven't gone anywhere. I keep doing the same thing day in, day out. I was here last night and the night before, so I haven't really been anywhere. Early Tug Raiders. Well, I don't know if that's true. I have a point. I don't know if it's true. The magistrate immediately issued an ordered expedited response, and the next day, without any response filed or addressing the merits of it, he just said, come on down. There was no provision for review of whether the motion for sanctions was contrived, baseless, or short of justifying such a response prior to ordering a live hearing that imposes unjustified major burden expense on the undersigned. You came in as a pro hoc vice lawyer. You jumped into a case. You added yourself to this case because you wanted to, what was it? What is it that you're being sued for right now? Yeah, you created a whole conspiracy. You conspired with a group of people. You sat down and you wanted to, what was that? Oh, destroy Jeremy Hales. Yeah, there's actual proof of you posting that in a whole group chat. Isn't that true? In the name of the turtle, the tortoise, the bucket of blue, I Sharon to chat letters from Shizzy and the Otter Creek peoples of the world. Thank you, Patrick W., for this $5 super chat. You are the man. I appreciate that. We got you, buddy. We got you. No, it's a beautiful thing. Oh, it's a beautiful thing. Oh, well, about that. Oh, boy. That's going to be interesting. Look there. There we go. That's for you, East Texas Cowboy. It's going to be interesting. Oh, plaintiff has filed motion for sanctions. The motion alleges that defendant's counsel has engaged in unprofessional conduct. The court has ordered defendant's counsel to respond to the motion by March 20th, 25. As part of that response, now you have to remember this back in March. As part of that response, defense counsel should have to show cause why the court should not revoke the privilege of pro hoc VJ status that has been granted to him in this case. Well, order number 98 explicitly preempted any request to make the hearing remote. Well, because the judge had already made a statement earlier. He said, you will behave. If I'm not mistaken, that was during the deposition. He said, you need to behave. Both you guys need to behave, or I'm going to have you both here in front of me, and we're going to get this straightened out. That's what the judge told him. He wasn't happy with either attorney. He wanted to make sure that this stuff got straightened out. But, just like Bubbles, he likes to poke that bear, and he just couldn't stop. And whenever Randy responded, judge called them both in, said, all right, we're done. We're going to have a conversation. We're going to have a little sit down. But guess what? Someone basically told the judge, screw you. I ain't showing up because I'm afraid I'm going to be arrested. Why would you be arrested? Unless you did something illegal. I don't know why you'd be arrested. Defendants filed the ordered expedited response showing that in the 5 emails which the sanctions motion was based. And that was your emoji email. Was not even the undersigned's email, but a join list. A join list, huh? It's weird, isn't it? Weird. why was a journalist involved in this email thread? That's weird. Huh. To merely use the acronym polyflop. Yes, you're so stuck on that damn acronym. To respond to the plaintiff's counsel, refusing to resolve any issues by stipulation, which is doubtful the magistrate understood. Really? I think he didn't care at this point. You know, here's the thing. You started pissing off the judge just enough, started slapping him around. I mean, let's see, you called him an idiot, a moron, a piece of shit, garbage. I mean, what other names have you called him? You know, I mean, you probably could, you know, say all of those names that you called him and feel pretty confident about it. What? Yeah. I mean, we saw the stipulation that you wanted, and what his stipulation was, yeah, that this goes any further than this and you get sanctions. How's that for a stipulation? One unrelated to this lawsuit altogether was a response to the plaintiff's counsel doxing the undersigned's 9 other defense home addresses. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. That would have been something else entirely. Because according to those folks, they didn't even live there. And he's adding them into court proceedings, because I can honestly say that's not something that we even pulled up. Over here, we didn't pull that up. See, we don't believe in that kind of crap over here. If we can avoid it, we're not gonna pull those kind of documents up. Matter of fact, if I'm not mistaken, there's only one person I know that's been doing that kind of crap, and it's got him in all kinds of trouble. Well, only one stating you're endlessly ridiculous. That was an email sent as counsel to the plaintiff's counsel in this case. Sent as counsel to the plaintiff's counsel in this case. Mm-hmm. What about the rest of the email? Because Randy brought this up. Well, we'll get to those later, because those are some more pleadings. Those will be fun. Although Doc 115 itself shows cause why the court should not revoke this. No, it doesn't, because the judge threw some of those cases out. I could be pretty sure that that's what happened. So this whole document that he's been ranting and raving about, this is his, this is the reason why I can't show up here. Plaintiff's counsel conduct, unlike that, a handful of private emails actually multiplied the proceedings. Multiplied the proceedings, really? How many filings did we have by Bubbles? I mean, you if you look at this, if you look at all of the documents that came up to this at this point in time, 75% of those documents were coming from Bubbles. So who was multiplying proceedings? I think what really got them most annoyed about this was as many filings, as many pleadings as they did, they were being endlessly mocked online. See, that they don't like. They don't like having their documents mocked online. It really angers them to no extent. They just, the levels that they will go to whenever they feel that they're being attacked, whenever you can read the documents for yourself and you can start laughing at them, looking at them and laughing at them and just scratching your head going, what in the hell are they talking about? These are not things that a normal attorney would do. I mean, most attorneys are going to file something that's cohesive, not long-winded. It's going to show what it needs to show. I mean, your initial complaints are probably going to be the biggest filing that you have. I mean, that's when you're like, no, well, he knows paint chips has been banned. So I don't know anything about bans, man. So whenever people are talking about these and mocking the insane amount of stuff that they're doing, and which it should be. I mean, if I mean, you could have somebody that does the most solid pleading, and you could mock it. See, the problem with all these fools, they don't understand that this is satire. This is comedy. That we laugh at this stuff. We look at these pleadings, and I mean, who writes like this? Who writes this ridiculous crap? It just comes off as feeling like, my butt hurts because therefore the undersigned prepared and filed such was completed 4 successive motions for attorney's fees. Do you think 4 successive motions for attorney's fees would be appropriate? Why would you file 4 motions for attorney's fees? Well, because, I'm pro hoc VJ status. I should be getting attorney's fees for this. What? That's not how pro hoc VJ works, but I guess that in some sort of sick, demented mind, it probably could. I mean, I guess it just depends on how much weed you had to smoke that day. However, the magistrate did respond when the undersigned filed a motion to dismiss. Doc 117, basically nearly 40 emails from plaintiff's counsel over the course of this litigation, which he threatened, insulted, or falsely accused the undersigned about everything and anything he could use to vex the undersigned. But to vex, really? Oh, nice big word there. So small, but says so much. Really, to vex the undersigned. Did you ever think that those nearly 40 emails is just proof of the kinds of unhinged things that you were doing? So did you respond to those 40 emails? Did you respond responsibly? Because we've only seen the emails that Randy submitted. We didn't see that's right. We did see a few of yours. And I will say that those look no different than the unhinged shit that you tried to send to me. You know, that's what we're seeing. We're only seeing what Randy's responding to. We only see what Randy's responses are. We don't see what Randy's responding to. Maybe because the games that you play, which we've seen this kind of crap before, we've seen this in other cases that you've been involved in. We haven't seen all the emails, but we did see the way that a certain grievance committee looked at your filings and your pleadings and your endless emails and badgering, and those got handed in. And whenever you didn't get a response because someone was on vacation, that person used their fucking wife's email to harass, thinking he was going to get a response. So, I mean, who was getting vexed? Maybe not. Wasn't getting vexed, that's for sure. Gifted 5 memberships. Welcome to the shit show. Every single day, a new flavor of fuckery. 'Cause everybody sucks, you see, and they're dumber than a bag of rocks. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, yeah. Oh, we're getting all the feed on here. Thank you so much for the 5 gifted memberships. Show maybe not some love. Oh, isn't that amazing? Correct me if I'm wrong. I thought Pro Hoc VJ meant you were representing without expectation of being paid. Well, see, that's where it starts getting and starts looking really funky with that, because you have to understand that there's some interesting contracts that are out there. Interesting contracts that are out there that might have come from Shara, because I think Shara was a part of all of this at the time. That they were wanting to bring Jeremy down. That was the goal, bring Jeremy down. See, it's people going about their lives, living their lives, doing their own thing, and then all of a sudden, some dumb shit happens, and all of a sudden there's people that want to jump in there and sue. Why would you want to sue? Because you hurt my feelings. Why would you hurt my feelings? You said something about me. Whenever you hurt my feelings, you're not supposed to call me out on my bullshit. You hurt my feelings. So whenever that happens, they jump in, want to file a lawsuit. And guess what? Guess what? This is where somebody got a little bit butthurt over it. They were a little angry. They could not handle what came back at them. They were, we already have proof. We've seen it. We've seen the proof that a certain somebody, I won't say any names, Bubbles, that had this idea that he was going to get a big settlement for him. I mean, hell, that stuff was they were even trying to work that stuff out between them and what was it? What was that? What was that attorney's name in a certain little thumbnail case that all of a sudden just got dropped? Wow. Maybe there's a reason why they don't want to be in front of that judge. Why somebody keeps just having heart palpitations. All right, just thinking about it. Why is that? Why is it that all of a sudden somebody's wanting to jump into that Zoom hearing? They've got to be a part of this. Wow. I mean, what more can I do? I got to be here. I've got to tell this side of the story. I got to say that this person is a bad person. They just can't help it. They just can't help it. They want to be so much part of all of this crap. They thrive to be involved, because without this, they've got nothing. Without these kinds of actions, they've got nothing. They're irrelevant to the rest of the world. They can't seem to do things on their own. They've got to try to drag other people in. They request, please cover this. Your voice has got so much. You could do so much. Just tell my side of the story. What happened whenever Bubbles asked me to tell his side of the story? Bring me on. Bring me on. I need to be here. You should be hearing it from me. If you have me on, you're going to increase your subs. All these promises and threats, and I can't tell if the man loves me, hates me, or just wants to just move on with his day. Ignore me. I'm easy. Trust me, I'm really easy to ignore. My wife does it all the time. I'm really easy to ignore. But there's just no reason why you should be reaching out to me, involving me in your dumb shit. But if you do, and I get involved, don't get angry whenever I call you out on your dumb shit. I don't get that. I don't get it. I don't want to be involved in your bullshit. I'm covering these cases how I want to cover these cases. I write letters how I want to write letters. I enjoy interaction with my community, with these people, with these fine people that come by to hang out and have a good time and laugh and have fun. But for some reason, these fools want to involve me in their shit. I'm not part of it. I'm not part of any little group or ecosystem. I've got my own shit to do. It's crazy. They don't get it. However, the magistrate did respond with the underside to file a motion to dismiss and for sanctions based on nearly 40 emails. 40, not one, not two, but 40 of these things. Almost immediately after this motion was filed, the magistrate issued a rage-filled order. The magistrate didn't fill it. He didn't issue a rage-filled order. He said He said, this is an impetus to proceed April 3rd, regardless of this order number 98. He struck all 4 motions, all 4 of them. He said the motions all seek the same relief and should have been filed as one motion. Because Randy responded to him. So he struck Randy's responses, saying, no, I'm not going to have this bickering back and forth between you two children. Behave. That's what he said. Children, behave. Stop. Randy, you know better. I expect more from you. I don't know this other idiot over here, but he's not doing much better. So why don't we just check out and see what he's doing? Preordaining the imposition of Rule 11 sanctions on both counsel based on past filings the magistrate selected, now deemed frivolous, post hoc, with no analysis, no prohibition on any responsive filings, a warning he would impose sanctions. No, he said he would impose sanctions on anything that he deems non-emergency. Now, for some reason, Bubbles has got this idea that everything that this judge files and everything he does is just a general assault against him. Of course, he does like to play the victim card. He can't help it. This is his modus operandi. Who's such the victim? He was the victim in his grievance committee complaint. He was the victim in his other hearings. He's always been the victim of it. He's even a victim in a lawsuit that he brought against somebody else. Weird how that happens, isn't it? Over some non-payment of funds. Oh, I wonder how that one went. There was no explanation for why Motion 117, based on the plaintiff's counsel emails, incited the magistrate. Why would they incite the magistrate? As the additional orders of 118 were not even directed at 117, but 4 previously filed motions, past filings. See, this is where, why do people in their 60s act like they're 3-year-olds? I don't know, because they're reverting back to the ways that got them where they were in the first place. Suddenly declared frivolous by the magistrate. Support of predate Order 11 must bring their checkbooks. Judge's order. It wasn't against anybody. He said both people are bringing their checkbooks. So whenever you're wondering why am I doing this? Magistrate's prior threat. See, now, why is he saying that the judge is threatening? The judge is just stating what he's going to do if you misbehave. Being arrested on April 3rd stems from the magistrate having previously threatened to arrest him on December 19th. And now see, this is something that we heard about from somebody else. This is where we hear about somebody else. See, we didn't know what happened during that particular hearing. This was during a deposition. Okay. You have to remember, hey, thanks, Taz. I appreciate you with the $2 super chat. Appreciate you so much. Thank you. And I hope you are having a wonderful evening. I do appreciate your support, Taz. Just as with everybody else, I appreciate all your support. Thank you very much, subs. You guys are wonderful. Friday, waiting for confirmation for this. What's the case? I don't know, Shannon. That'll probably come in sometime this week, next week. Yeah, it'll come showing that. So right here, there was a deposition that was being held by the magistrate. He called both up because they couldn't behave, and he chastised not only Randy, he chastised Bubbles, he chastised Jeremy, chastised everybody. And he said, and this is according to what we were told by Jeremy. This is what we were told by Jeremy. The judge wasn't happy with any of them. And he said, you're gonna behave here, or I have a bailiff out there that will hold you in contempt. We're not going to have the shenanigans that we had last time. So is he saying that he can't control himself? Is that what Bubbles is saying? He just doesn't know how to control himself. He's quick to temper, quick to anger, abusive. Is that what he's saying? That he just can't contain himself? He's smarter than the judge? I don't know. Maybe that's what he was telling the judge in this filing. What do you guys think? Do you think that that's what he was doing? I mean, I don't know, because I wasn't there. I'm only getting this secondhand. Well, in this reception area on December 19th, the magistrate said to the undersigned, the plaintiff's counsel and the plaintiff, I'm warning you, I have the power of contempt, and I will not hesitate to use it by calling in the marshal and having you arrested, placed in handcuffs, and brought to jail if you do not behave. That's what he's saying was said. Magistrate said to the undersigned. But see, you have to understand that plaintiff and plaintiff's counsel, if he's saying that, oh, okay, he's saying to the undersigned, the plaintiff's counsel, and the plaintiff. So he's saying it to all three of them, right? This is Bubbles' own words. He's saying it to all three of them. I'm warning you, I have the power of contempt, and I will not hesitate to use it by calling in the marshal, have you arrested, placed in handcuffs, and brought to jail if you do not behave. And he repeated the threat casually several times before the deposition commenced. Maybe because he was trying to make it very clear that he wasn't going to put up with any of your shenanigans. I mean, that's a pretty solid judge right there, in my opinion. I don't care what other people are saying. I don't know. See, I don't know anything about him. I don't know anything about his wife. Don't care. This threat was outrageous and unwarranted, based purportedly on the magistrate's unjustified belief that the undersigned's conduct in his own remote deposition of the plaintiff on December 2nd equated to that of the plaintiff and his counsels that was led to the undersigned termination of that deposition. Well, it was because nobody was behaving. The judge read the deposition. He saw the words that were coming out of your mouth, and he did not like anybody. He was not happy with anybody at all. He drew false equivalency, even though the plaintiff's counsel hadn't sought an order or even asserted in any file that the undersigned had acted inappropriately. The magistrate saw it coming out of your own mouth. The only thing that Randy did was just remind you. That's an inappropriate question. He answered the question. You won't let him finish answering the question. Let him finish answering the question. Evidently to justify ordering a live deposition in his courtroom. Now, it would need to be noted here that in 27 years as litigation lawyer in the state and federal courts, I was never before accused of writing by a judge of acting inappropriately, only in a deposition or a proceeding. But if I'm not mistaken, we have proof that you were accused of multiple times of acting inappropriately, sending inappropriate emails, saying inappropriate things, doing inappropriate things. That's what got you in trouble in the first place, wasn't it? Got you in all kinds of problems because you decided to open up the flap jaws and started saying stuff, and, well, that got you in trouble with the judge. Didn't get you in trouble with anybody else. Got you in trouble with that grievance committee that had to listen to you slap your jaws around and be a smartass. Look what happened. So, although the underside terminated that December 2nd remote deposition to seek an order based on plaintiffs and his counsel's conduct, the magistrate's solution was to make him travel from Boston to Pensacola for a 2-hour deposition. Oh, you can just hear and feel the seething in there because the judge wasn't going to put up with it. And his disproportionate personal burden and expense, despite that it was the plaintiff's and his counsel's conduct that precipitated it. Oh. The magistrate's arrest threat was broadcast by the plaintiff for sensational profit-generating YouTube content. Broadcast. Magistrate's arrest threat was broadcast by the plaintiff for sensational Well, yeah, because he can talk about the case. See, you have to understand, Jeremy can talk about the case. He can talk about the litigation. He can say what's going on. See, the problem with folks like this is they like to hide in the shadows. They don't like when the spotlight gets on them. They're like roaches. As soon as the light hits them, they run. As soon as the spotlight gets on them, they run. They want the spotlight until it's on them, and then once it gets on them, they panic. Why? Order 118 has led to a storyline. No, it's gone for everybody. Everybody's mocking you endlessly. They're mocking you for being deuce, for being a fool. And if you haven't noticed that this right here, that right there, all that right there, that is a play on your name. And if you don't understand that, your feelings get hurt too easily, and you just have no testicular fortitude whatsoever. The undersigned legitimately fears for his safety from that. Safety. I think if you were arrested and jailed, you'd probably be in one of the safest places in Pensacola, especially if you have this big fear that Big Bad Jeremy is going to do some sort of hurting to you. You would think, my we is too powerful, Kevin. Like, share, subscribe, give slaps for anyone who doesn't. Ooh, that's nice. No, as well. Hey, Jewel. And then, of course, you have all of this crap here that he decided to add in all these damn colors. Why would you do that? I mean, we're in page 7 of this, and you have to remember the judge had to read through every single bit of this garbage. He just was going, you've got to be kidding me. You've gone from everything from doc number 8 up to doc 84, doc 80, and just yammering. You are pleading a case that is all about you. That's it. Your case that you're pleading is all about you. Every single bit of this is whining and crying and butthurt about himself. No, it's absolutely surprising to me that he can claim that he was even representing these people, because it was all about him almost from the get-go. Judge, look what he's doing to me. Oh, Judge, look what he's doing to me. Oh, Judge, look what he's doing to me. Shows he's not a very big man, that he can't stand up and just represent his clients. You know, this isn't representing your clients. This is throwing yourself in front of the bus and then crying, I don't understand why the bus ran me over. Well, it wasn't a very big bus. It was a very short bus, and it was mocking the whole time, going, look at this fool. I don't get it. Because, if you look at this whole pleading, every single bit about it is all me. Woe is me. Woe is me. Woe is me. Every damn bit of it. Well, of course, this motion will be subject to hours-long YouTube live streams, beginning with a few hours of its filing. The undersigned's arguments and motives will be attacked and maligned by the plaintiff and his followers, and will spin fantasies about the undersigned going before the magistrate. This motion is denied. So it was all about him. All of this is all about him. Poor widow me. Poor widow me. Woe is me. This is not the practice of law. This is for turning federal court into a circus, the setting for sensational YouTube storylines fabricated by who? Who just wrote 23 pages of gobbledygook, of garbage, accusing the judge of being biased, accusing the judge of not listening to him, accusing the judge of not paying any attention to what he has to say and ignoring what he has to say. 23 pages of shit. 23 pages of shit. This is what the judge had to look at. Judge had to look at all of this, and to top it all off, this motion is filed regrettably with trepidation, but with the firm moral conviction that consent to a magistrate should be vacated based on extraordinary circumstances as shown herein. Basically saying, Judge, you're wrong. Well, the judge did respond today, and you have to thank John Cook for that. Yeah, that's the only person you have to look to. When can we look forward to hearing an answer on this motion? It's been sitting for approximately 3 months now. Do you think John maybe just doesn't like Bubbles anymore and just sick of his shit? Said, you know what? I'm done with this motherfucker. Because the judge did put in order. The judge, thank you for calling my attention to this, because here is his order denying motion to vacate reference. Debbie Baker, thank you so much for the 10 gifted memberships. You are an absolute gem, and I owe you a couple of feet, not only for that one, but also for the doggone it. For the Cash App. Thank you so much, Debbie Baker. I appreciate you. Oh, yes. Welcome to the shit show. Every single day. A new flavor of fuckery. Cause everybody sucks, you see, and they're dumber than a bag of twats. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
And then 4 more days of increasingly stupid, ridiculous,
Ignorant, vulgar, dash, poppycock, bollocks, and buggery. Oh, yeah. Right there. Got you 2 feet. 1, 2. Thank you so much. And I didn't get you the other night for the other ones that came in through Cash App. I appreciate you so much, Debbie Baker. You're an absolute sweetheart. Yamal Biker. Mine, not yours. Mine, I said, was cute. Live. Wow. Sounds dirty. Rosella's been here for 6 months.
Welcome to the shit show.
Thank you, Rosella. I appreciate you. I love it. I love it. You are, man, a myth, a legend. Rosella's Realm. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you so much for that. Thank you. Robin Wilson. I love me too. I love it here. Yes, I love it here too. Order denied motion to vacate reference. October 29th, 2024. The judge being very firm here, so you got to pay attention here. On October 29th, 2024, the parties consented to have a United States magistrate judge conduct all proceedings, including trial and the entry of final judgment. And this is ECF number 30. The consent form clearly indicated the parties could withhold consent without any consequences, which means the judge nobody's going to hold it against you if you don't want to have a magistrate that conducts all proceedings, including trial and the entry of final judgment. Catching where I'm going here? So both people agreed to this. The consent form clearly indicated the parties could withhold consent without any consequences based on the parties' consent. I referred the case to the magistrate judge. ECF number 32. 2 days before a show cause hearing, defendants, through their then counsel, Ducey, moved to vacate the reference, ECF number 123. Okay. So if you're paying any attention, ECF 30, they consented. ECF 32 is where he referred the case to the magistrate judge. 2 days before show cause hearing, through their then counsel, Ducey moved to vacate number 123. And this order denies that motion. The court may, for good cause shown on its own motion, or under extraordinary circumstances shown by any party, vacate a reference of a civil matter to a magistrate judge. 28 U.S.C. Whether to vacate is within the court's discretion. See Carter versus Sea Land Service. And then, of course, Ducey, and that's what this little thing is right here. In 133, Attorney Ducey was later granted leave to withdraw on number 133. Hey, maybe not. I meant Canadian. Today is Canada Day. That's true. Among other factors, the court considers whether the consent was voluntary, whether the motion was made in good faith, and any bias or prejudice of the magistrate. The motion does not suggest the party's consent was involuntary. There are real questions about whether it was filed in good faith. And there has been no showing of bias or prejudice. At bottom, the motion does show extraordinary circumstances warranting the relief sought. The motion focuses on the magistrate judge's decision that Attorney Ducey found unfavorable, but none constitutes extraordinary circumstances. To the extent the request is based on the magistrate judge's purported animosity towards Ducey, I conclude none has been shown. Regardless, Ducey is no longer counsel. As a matter of discretion, and having fully considered the matter, I conclude there is not one damn reason in the whole wide world, but what he says is no good cause, much less extraordinary circumstances to justify vacating the reference. So, Crook, it's been ruled on. The motion to vacate ECF number 123 is denied. Now, if you want to get mad at Bolitho, well, guess what? You can't, because this right here was signed by Alan Windsor, Ducey's boss. I mean, Bolitho's boss. Doug Raid, hello. Welcome to Emma Washington for the Tug Raider. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Thank you so much. I appreciate you there, Emma. Welcome, Tug Raiders, all that are coming in. And we got Taz that's been here for the past 12 months. Lugs and hugs. That right there deserves a foot and a whole song. Taz.
Welcome to the shit show.
Every
single day.
Not just one of them.
A new flavor of fuckery.
'Cause everybody sucks, you see, and they're dumber than a bag of tops. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Days of increasingly stupid, ridiculous, ignorant, baldered, dash, poppycock, bollocks, and fuckery. So many feet on the head. I feel like I'm being trampled upon. Welcome Thank you so much, Taz, for being a supporter for 12 months. That's wonderful. Tug Raiders coming in. You guys are coming in. I think it's coming. Trust me, it's coming because the next one, it's coming right after the next one. Trust me, you're not going to want to miss it. But as you can see, the judge, the chief United States District Judge, signed off on this. The motion to vacate is denied on July 1st, 2025. And if you look right there, that just set loose Bolitho to have at it. Document 162. Two mother effing motions before the court. The first is plaintiff's motions for sanctions, including judicial default. Doc 96, defendants have opposed this motion. Doc 115, the second is defendant's motion to dismiss under FRCP 41 and for sanctions. Doc 117, plaintiff has opposed this motion. Doc 160, both motions show different sides of the same ugly coin of unprofessionalism by counsel that has plagued this case. It is clear that the attorneys in this case disregarded the court's prior order to behave in a professional manner. Doc 43. But the court does not believe the drastic remedy of dismissal or the entry of default judgment is warranted. The court has recently imposed sanctions against plaintiff's counsel, Doc 128, for misconduct in this case. And the court will be separately addressing those issues of sanctions as to defendant's former counsel for misconduct in this case. See Doc 170, 127, Doc 128. Accordingly, for the reasons stated above, it is ordered that the motions 96, 117 are denied. So ordered, first day of July, 2025. He said, no, we're not going to play this game. We're not playing this shit. We are bringing this bad boy home. And speaking of bringing it home, there's only one way to bring this bad bad boy into home right here, and that is...
It is about time. Let's break this mother down. With Shizzy, Wiz, Nut.
An open letter to the motion that blew both sides covered but left one law clown still dangling. Document 162 just dropped like a judicial frying pan to the face, and you, my slippery little sanctions magnet, are the ones still standing there with batter on your nose, pretending it was all part of the recipe. Well, let's set that scene, shall we? You filed a motion under Rule 41B like you thought it was some sort of tactical nuke, a glorious slam dunk that would erase the plaintiff, reset the case, and maybe even earn you a wink from Judge Bolitho. Meanwhile, the plaintiff filed his own sanctions motion. Yeah, that document number 96, aiming squarely at the defense. And Judge Bolitho, well, he didn't rule in favor of either of you. He didn't even entertain the idea that either side deserved the legal equivalence of a high five. No, what he did was something far, far more poetic. He looked at both filings. He sighed a sigh of a man who has long since lost his patience with your bullshit antics and issued a written order calling both motions two sides of the same ugly coin of unprofessionalism. See, the plaintiff's side already took its medicine. Sanctions, those were issued. Done. Filed under Doc 128. Painful, maybe, but handled. And congratulations, you weren't just denied. You were publicly grouped in with the exact behavior you spent months deflecting, denying, dramatically weeping about from the digital courthouse steps. You didn't rise above the chaos. You are the chaos. But here's the part that must really sting, Bubbles. And I know you felt it deep in your filing finger. Separately addressed, still pending, still you. That's legal code for, boy, we ain't done with you. And when we are, it's gonna leave a mark. So you might want to bend over and just grab them ankles because it's gonna pinch. Because while the plaintiff side already took its hit, sanctions imposed, order filled, professional pants pulled up, you, dear Bubbles, was still tap dancing in front of the guillotine like you're in a courtroom musical. You keep hoping that if you just file one more melodramatic motion or yell YouTube loud enough, that the judge will change his mind and declare you the victim of some vast bar conspiracy. You're still standing in the courtroom equivalent of a wet paper bag trying to convince the judge that he's the problem, that Shockett's the bully, that flying to Pensacola was too scary, and now that your sudden exit stage left should somehow erase the past 6 months of courtroom clownery. Except the judge isn't playing that game. He's not buying your fear or flight excuses. He's not impressed with your ghost-written screeds about persecution. He's definitely not going to forget that while this entire circus burned, you were the one juggling the flaming pins, lobbing threats, and demanding standing ovations. You thought this ruling would clear your name. It just carved your name in the sanctions docket with just a little bit of extra flair. You wanted the court to punish Hales for being mean on the internet, and instead you reminded the judge that you've been clogging the pipeline with recycled legal tantrums and thin-skinned vendettas for months. You reached for the Rule 41B ejector seat, yanked yourself into a deeper hole. Let's be clear, nobody believes this ruling was a wash because only one party still has sanctions pending. Only one party is the subject of a separate disciplinary decision. Only one party tried to weasel out of an in-person hearing with excuses so pathetic they earned their own order. And only one party is now known to the court as a repeat offender with a knack for courtroom drama and a resistance to following orders like it's a personality trait. And here's the hint, it's not Hales. So enjoy the moment of calm before the next order hits while you're busy declaring moral victory on a live stream that nobody watches. The judge is likely drafting a little bedtime story with your name in the title and the words sanctioned in bold in front of every page. So while the rest of the courtroom rotates out the penalty box, well, you're still on the hook, and no amount of tantrums, exit motions, or ghost-written sob stories is going to change that. You came in swinging with threats, smear tactics, and more procedural booger slop than summer associate with a Red Bull addiction, and now you're looking up at the judge who's already called your bluff, and you're waiting. So while the rest of the courtroom rotates out of the penalty box, oh, I just read that. See you in the next order. Enjoy the suspense. We all are. Unapologetically yours, Shizzy Daddy. Still not licensed, still more professional than you, still rocking Velcro shoes while you slip on every rule in the book. And most definitely, the honey badger is your daddy.
It is about time. Let's break this mother down. With Shizzy, Wiz, Nut.
Fine, folks, it didn't end there. Oh, no. It didn't end there at all. It got even more interesting. And I don't know where we should really kick this one off at, because this is going to be followed up with a whole buttload of letters. Oh, God. Oh, thank you, Vicky. Thank you. I appreciate it. Doug Red. Oh, well, thank you, Taz. I enjoy doing them. And of course, some people I think get very upset that I write these letters. It must be hitting the mark or something. Because whenever satire becomes truth, oh my gosh, that is scary. That is scary. Oh my gosh. Oh, you love the violin, Gordon Garrow? I like it. I like it too. That, and I put that nice little violin in there for my good friend Yamaha. He just loves it makes his nipple clamps like just to feel a little bit more crispy. So as I said, it didn't stop there, because then we get over to Fed case 2. Yeah. And this comes in. And it says, "This is my answer to docket 152. I've already given everything I had to Mr. Shockett. He's well aware of this fact. This is a blatant misuse of justice in the court system for him to do this. The only reason they want all of these phone messages, emails, information from all of the names on the list, which is some of them no one's spoken to in 30 years. Well, you didn't read the pleading that. You didn't read the request. Because if you haven't spoken to them in 30 years, you don't have to give over that information. They're only looking what's from here to here. And they have nothing to do with this case. Is that this is a fishing expedition. Catfishing. Oh, this is a fishing expedition of a stalker. What, a stalker? See, now, this is where it gets a little more interesting. Is, wait, now you're accusing Jeremy of stalking? To get more information, more telephone numbers, more ways to stalk my family and me. We have no conspiracy. There's no scheme to ruin Mr. Hale. It's a figment of his imagination. Because he's doing that to us. A lot of people on that list are the people that were in Michelle's family or whatever. He has already contacted Minnie and her family that he couldn't find and bribed them. He bribed them. Or Michelle's family bribed him. What was me? Minnie and her family that he couldn't find. He bribed them or got them to give him text messages of not in which part of this case. Oh my. This has already gone way too far, Your Honor. It should have been dismissed on the basis that this is a frivolous lawsuit by Mr. Hales. He's doing it to simply create content on the Facebooks. He's making money from this and from our misery. Our sweet, sweet misery. We have special needs. Child to raise. Don't have time for all of this. It's ridiculous. I don't want it to stop. Because as long as he's making money from it, as long as the court's been allowing it to continue, he's going to do it. And he'll find new things every day to use. I have nothing to give him. Nothing. I can't make up things, pretend things exist. And don't thank you, Your Honor. Yeah. Really? It's really interesting that, this is also become, I'm the victim of this, not a response. Not a real response. Because a real response would be responding to the allegations in all of this. Just saying, well, there's no scheme to ruin Hales. You know, what the hell happened? Did you, from what I understand is somebody raised you a bunch of money in the YouTubes, right? They ran a little GoFundMe, huh? Ran a little GoFundMe. Do you? Isn't that really interesting? Ran a GoFundMe to get an attorney. Hell, you were even given 7 extra days to, wet the paper, with that little signature of ink saying, yes, I want this person to represent me. Interesting that you had somebody raise money for you to hire an attorney. Well, or did they just not give you the monies? Oh, that could turn into some really serious shit right there. If that's the case. I thought there was a whole bunch of people raising money. Hell, you got her reaching out to people on the interweb saying, hey, can somebody give me Dave the donor's money? Number. Let me get in touch with him. Going straight for the pipeline. Help me. Because it all of a sudden became very clear that all those people that were grifting off of a child, all the appearances grifting off of a child, all of a sudden, those people right there couldn't give 2 shits about her. And they even brought more people in. Well, why did they bring those people in? Well, what have they been saying for the past, 6, 7 months, 8 months? Polyflop. Oh, MFing polyflop. Yeah. Because, see, they want this to continue on. This is how they get their likes, their clicks, their views, their clout. Amazing, isn't it? See, I could just as easily never follow another one of these filings on this. I could easily just go over and start following Laura Owens. I could just as easily go follow any other case that's out there, because there's plenty of cases out there, plenty of documents to read, plenty of things to do. But I see something here that maybe I think it looks all skeezy. And so I call it out. I mock it. I look at it and laugh at it. Things like this. A person that's been shown time and time again to be causing problems. I don't care if you like Jeremy or not. That's your own prerogative. You don't have to like everybody. You don't have to love everybody. You can like who you want, hate who you want. But the things that they said, this goes back to the things that they said and did, or are being accused of saying and doing. Those are all being brought before the court. And if I'm not mistaken, Jeremy said, I'm done with it. I'm bringing it before the court. I'm done. I'm bringing it in front of the court. I'm done with this crap. It's costing me money. It's costing me time. Do you think he's happy about it? Do you think he's sitting there just overjoyed, drawing little happy faces on every dollar bill that comes in? Because I'm sure that as those dollar bills are coming in, that he's having to throw those right back into his business to keep the people around him living. It's so sad to me that people come in, they destroy. And that's what these people act like. This is the actions of people that don't build, they destroy. Seems to be their only goal in life is to look out for themselves. It's like a group of thieves. You know, thieves turn on one another in a heartbeat. They don't care about one another. They're only caring about themselves. What makes them better? What makes them better off? How does this advance me? How does it make me look like a better writer? How does it make me look like a better person? How can I wipe the stain off of myself of the garbage that I piled upon myself? Well, Lord Almighty, you can't wipe that stain off. The only way you wipe that stain off is stop doing bad things to people. And it goes to show, because you see it every day, some of these people have vendettas. They're so angry, so spiteful, that they would do anything to other people. And there would be people that I don't know if it's out of pure stupidity or ignorance, would just back it. Just think that that's wonderful, wonderful, wonderful way to act. And a really, really Christian way to act. Let's see who we can destroy today. It's not about destroying people. Mock me if you want. I guess because maybe my mockery is not just a mockery. Maybe it's hitting the nail on the head. Is that maybe what happened to the nail? The nail's getting hit. Well, I guess it's time to hammer another one of those nails.
It is about time. Let's break this mother down. Whiz, shizzy, whiz, nut.
Look at that right there.
Oh, you did bring me in.
Yeah.
I thought you were just leaving me all alone in the dark again.
Oh, yes. You know, I do that.
I'm starting to feel sad and lonely. I was going to start self-cathing again. Not because I have to, merely because I enjoy it. I said that earlier, and I think you missed it.
I probably did.
I sometimes forget that people can see and or hear the things that we type or say to each other.
Oh, it's so dirty.
I just get so lost in the moment, I just think it's the two of us.
It is just the two of us.
And then I remember there's witnesses. And then I have to try to retract it.
Oh.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. We demand a Yamaha's intro song. Oh, okay. Okay. All right. Well, listen. All right. We've seen that we totally screwed that up.
Myself.
All right. All right. Damn it, chat. All right. Let me get this straight here. You are demanding Yamaha's intro song. What makes you think that you're deserving of Yamaha's intro song? The only one deserving of that. That's showing you some love.
There's the entrance. All right.
Yeah, that's the entrance you deserve.
Yeah.
Every inch of it.
Now it feels normal. I was just feeling all awkward.
You're feeling discombobulated.
Kind of like when you stare at me out the window while I'm crapping on your porch.
Well,
it's just odd.
You really do
You're
that
not
every
supposed to watch.
Actually, listen to that. Yes, sir. Play the sexy music for that sexy voice. Yes, she wants it.
Welcome to the shit show. Every single day.
A new flavor of fuckery, 'cause everybody sucks. They're dumber than a bag of twat. Monday,
Bullshit Tuesday, bullshit Wednesday, and then 4 more days of increasingly stupid, ridiculous,
ignorant, balder, dash, poppycock, bollocks, and fuckery.
all over again.
Oh, I hit myself in the eye with that strap. Oh, thank you for being here for 7 months. Ah, that's wonderful. We love you both. You're so funny. No, we thank you guys. I love giving Chad a hard time. Like Yamaha deserves an intro. Is he? Well, he's Yamaha biker.
I'm just goofy. I just have to say this stupid shit before it disappears. I don't write this down.
Oh,
It just comes and goes so quickly, or rolls out the other side of my head.
yeah. Well, when there's nothing in there to hold it together, that's what happens.
Exactly. That's right. Gravity takes over.
I mean, I guess if I'm honest, I think Jeremy's made a pretty penny off this whole thing. 380,000. I don't know. There's an ad revenue, the membership, monetary donations, donated goods. Yeah, I mean, I guess you could say that. 380,000 is always interesting to have to fork over that could have been used to give employees bonuses, maybe hire an extra person or two, things like that, making, society a little more productive,
Well, it's always interesting how apparently they're throwing that out too. Yeah, like it's, oh, but he makes so much more money. That's not the point. It doesn't fucking matter. Like I said, what was it? Last week or whatever when we were talking about this, I don't care if he's losing $10. If they're costing him money in any way, shape, or form, they're costing him money.
Right.
So to try and justify it with that bullshit of, oh, well, he makes so much more than that, it's irrelevant. Completely irrelevant.
It is irrelevant to the whole situation. If you're costing somebody money, and that's what I was saying earlier, is this is about destroying. I mean, this whole group of people that you see, it's not about building, it's about destroying. And then whenever they run out of people to go after and attack and destroy and talk shit about, go after them and attack them and destroy them, what happens? They turn on each other, destroy each other. That's why I don't want to be any part of that. Shizzy, you have the helmet time to get some safety glasses, a respirator, and knee pads. I'm a safety guy, Chucky. Good to see you, Chucky. That's a cute little. What the hell is that? Is that a dog? It looks like a baby chihuahua or something. But
it's one of those rabid chihuahuas. It's going to help your leg.
I bet it does. Ocean exits building. All right, let's give him a letter. You ready for a letter?
Well, hold on just a second.
Yeah, let's do it.
RBF asked if I don't know, is my audio low? Can everybody else hear me okay?
Am I too loud?
No. They was talking about me. He thought maybe I was too low.
No, I think you're
Can
good.
everybody else hear me? Oh.
I don't know. Can't forget. It's like a teacup. Chihuahuas hatch from eggs. If you do not know, yes,
Maybe not. Oh, That's
true.
fine.
You're fine. Sounds good to me. So, yeah, the ladies are ready for for you to wet their whistle.
I'm telling you, you're getting
Or
all
other
excited
things.
for nothing.
It is about time. Let's break this mother down. With Shizzy, Wiz, Nut.
Yeah, that too.
Are you ready?
Well, unless you just want me to stare into your eyes while I listen to violin
okay.
music. Again, you're doing the awkward thing. We have witnesses. All right, now I got to try and solve this shit, okay?
Okay.
An open letter to the invisible defendants. You can run, but you forgot to lawyer. We read your latest filing. First of all, congratulations. You've officially submitted what may be the first court document in federal history written entirely in the tone of a Facebook status after 3 glasses of boxed wine. You weren't responding to emotion. You weren't asserting a defense. You were just, wine mom venting. Let's be clear. Federal court is not your group chat. It's not a live journal from 2007. It's not a digital diary where you scrawl your Pooh Picasso paintings on a rubber room wall or your frustrations about injustice and hope a judge's heart is like a post from your PTA meltdown group.
Hearts it.
Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah, hearts it.
Yeah, whatever. Okay, there you go. But here we are, with you yelling into the docket like the court is going to read your emotional monologue and suddenly go, you know what? Let's dismiss this lawsuit because this person is really annoyed. You accused Jeremy Hales of... what?
Bribing family members.
Are you serial?
Yes. That's what that
Is that a new thing?
That's
Oh,
what
geez.
she just... That's what she just did.
Yeah, I've been out of the loop. Okay, all right. You accused Jeremy Hales of bribing family members. You accused him of running a Facebook content farm. You claimed you're the victim of a I almost said fisting. Of a phishing... We're gonna
really explore that one deep. Deep sea fishing.
Yeah, we're gonna explore that prostate. We'll milk it good. A victim of a fishing expedition. As if this isn't literally a civil lawsuit about your own alleged conspiracy.
It's gonna be colostomy.
Yeah, I know you're colostomy. Just in case you wanted another hole. Then and here's a bag to shit in. Then you basically admitted you have nothing to give, no evidence to present, and wrapped it all in a legal motion that amounts to, I'm tired and I don't want to play this anymore. Federal court doesn't care if you're tired. It cares if you answered discovery. Oh, it cares if you filed something that follows a rule. And it cares if you think I'm annoyed is the same as I'm exonerated. What was this? I ain't got no more info and cannot fabricate evidences. Well, thank you for clarifying that. We weren't sure. But when someone preemptively denies fabricating evidence, well, that's usually a red flag, and that's usually a pretty good sign that the judge is about to take a much closer look at what else you might have up that cornhole of yours and might be forgetting to disclose. So, take a deep breath. It's gonna pinch a little.
Just a little.
Let's talk about that fisting expedition you keep screaming about.
I knew you were gonna do it.
I told you take a deep breath. You claim it's invasive to ask for texts, messages, and emails, which is so adorable. Because you're in a civil case about a coordinated online campaign. You can't sit on the dock yelling, "Stop fisting! Stop fisting me!" when the pond is literally full of bass, ass, and your name is on the license that's sunk to the bottom. And then there's the emotional appeal. I have a special needs child. This is hard. I can't do this. Even though you fucking started it. Respectfully, everyone in court has a hard story. I've got a hard story right now, but I don't think that's appropriate for you two.
Put it away. Put it away.
You did. All this talk about a rod got me excited.
It was the fisting.
Oh, yeah. Well, start fishing, but, things don't always turn out how you think. You don't get to pull the hardship card as a legal defense, while also refusing to comply with the court orders and shouting accusations with zero evidentiary backup. Well, that's not advocacy. That's courtroom cosplay. And you aren't as pretty as Judge Judy. Let's not forget your grand finale. I ain't got no more information and can't fabricate evidence. Well, thank you for clarifying that.
Oh, did I scroll backwards?
Wait a minute. Oh.
Okay, here we go.
Oh, no,
Sorry.
no. It just kind of, wait a minute. Yeah.
Yeah, it was the same thing.
Okay. Wow. I thought I was just drunk again.
Okay.
You're not, I mean, I have short-term memory. You're not being railroaded. You're just being called to account. And you've confused that with persecution because you're not used to being challenged under oath. So here's some advice from someone with 0 fucks to give or a bar card and twice your courtroom presence. You can't just yell, conspiracy theory, and hope that sticks. You can't claim it's all harassment while you're dodging process servers like they're Girl Scouts with cookies. And you can't scream misuse of justice while filing late, incoherent rants and respond to court orders that demand actual legal arguments. So while you keep liking each other's unhinged posts about service was fake or Florida doesn't exist or Jeremy forged the Constitution, the federal docket is quietly marching forward. And the judge, well, he's not refreshing your Rumble page. He's looking at uncontroverted. Okay, yeah, I had a second. Okay, right. He's looking at uncontroverted service affidavits, calendar dates, and the sound of crickets chirping from your side of the courtroom. I heard something about crickets. Somebody was saying something. Apparently, there was some cricket going batshit or something somewhere. I don't know, whatever.
I heard
That's
that
funny.
too.
Yeah, that's funny. It's almost tender, really. You came in swinging and left by ghosting the entire legal system. You're not being railroaded. You're just being called to account. And you've confused that with persecution because you're not used to being challenged under oath. Wait a minute. Yeah, this is repeating.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Wow.
I typed it in once and then I was moving things around, so it's my fault. I'm bad.
Well, even AI has a bad day.
It does.
Speaking of, well, I gotta story about that later. You're not, I almost said fisting. You're not fighting the system. Well, you're ignoring it, and it shows. In permanent marker and Velcro certified sincerity. Chizzy Wiznut. Federal court spectator, part-time docket detective, full-time helmet-wearing riding the short bus of truth, still too unlicensed to practice law, but just qualified enough to point and laugh when you file your feelings and call it emotion, and still your fucking daddy.
It is about time. Let's break this mother down. With Shizzy, Wiz, Nut.
Oh my God.
Well, I go back to the AI thing because I think it has good days and bad days. Like, take for instance the other day. Georgie apparently thought she was going to roast me with Chat GPT. And I was confused. I had stated something to the effect of, I thought this was a roast, not the truth. Everything was sounding true. Everything was, for a moment there, I thought at one point in time, did I date Chat GPT? Because this all sounds legitimate.
Yeah.
And I've heard better roasts from a broken toaster. So it wasn't,
Well, that's usually because it was in the
I was
tub.
confused.
It's because it was in the tub. Sorry.
Right? I don't know. I felt unloved. That's what it was.
Oh.
We talked about that before, where roast is supposed to be, we actually appreciate you and we respect. I did not feel appreciated or respected at all after the supposed roast was done.
You don't feel appreciated. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It was quite the letdown. I was highly disappointed.
What's your fisting? What was your fisting day?
Was that your fisting, Daddy?
Oh my gosh. Yes. Hey Angie, how you doing? They're like, yeah, Mom.
Yeah. Well, yes. Now I don't encourage anybody else. Apparently, I've just built up an immunity. But yes, I like to have my showers shocking. So I will take a bath with my toaster now and then. I don't recommend that to anybody else.
Oh.
But,
Oh. Yes. So that was the final on court Fed case 1. Okay. Now notice here, Fed case 1. This is how it was filed. But notice something different here about Fed case 2. Huh. Interesting, huh? Looks like somebody else might have wrote this. Defendant Michelle the Preston moves for 12B6 to dismiss the count 1 and count 8 for failure to state a claim. Now, before I get too far into this, the judge allowed this in. Okay, and I can show that the judge said, "Hey, if I'm not mistaken, it's this one right here. Order presently before the court the plaintiff's motion for entry of default against Lynette Preston for the reasons below. Plaintiff's motion is denied." Lynette was personally served with plaintiff's complaint on March 25th, 2025. On June 17th, 2025, plaintiffs were granted leave to file a second amended motion. Blah, blah, blah. Second amended motion was filed on June 18th. Accordingly, Preston's response to the second amended complaint was due by June 25th, 2025. On June 27th, 2025, plaintiffs filed a motion for entry for default, asserting that defendant Preston had failed to respond to the second amended complaint and seeking entry default, which we read that, which was quite interesting because it came in like the next day. It was, he waited a day. Defendant Preston's response to the second amended complaint was docketed. Docket 83, which we're gonna pull back up here in a second. The response certifies it was emailed to the plaintiff's counsel. Now you have to remember that it says it was emailed to plaintiff's counsel on June 24th, 2025, and per the postmark mailed to the court for filing on June 25th, 2025. So was that, is that true or is that false? I guess that would be interesting to see, because here's the thing: if it wasn't. If she lied and she certified it and she lied, that could be considered perjury. Is that right? Perjury. Is that the right word I'm using for lying on a certification like that? Well, defendant's response was not received by the court until June 25th, which would be the deadline, after June 25th deadline. Let's see, it probably says the date that it showed up. Jacobs v. Clayton. It says acknowledging that the mailbox rule has not been extended to non-prisoner pro se litigants and stating that a pleading is filed when it's delivered to a clerk or a judge, not when it's delivered to the post office for mailing. See that right there? So he's acknowledging that she should have had it there ahead of time. Plaintiffs argue that they may have been prejudiced by this, which is always a possibility. Although the clerk had yet to enter a default before defendant Preston's was filed, the court will apply the standard that governs setting aside a default, because if the court were to grant plaintiff's motion to enter a default, defendant Preston would inevitably move the court to set aside the default. True. So a district court may set aside an entry of default for good cause, and he feels that there's good cause, so he sets aside. The good cause warrants a case-by-case analysis, including consideration of the following: whether the defendant was culpable or willful, whether setting aside would prejudice the adversary, whether the defaulting party presents a meritorious defense, whether there was a significant blah, 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 blah. Defendants are generally disfavored. Defaults are generally disfavored, and there's a strong policy of determining cases on their merit. So the judge is wanting to determine this case on the merit. So that's the thing. He's looking for a merit-based case, and that would be something to take note of. Is that so whenever you see things where you may not like it because of the way that it comes out, he's doing it basically because he wants the case to be judged on its merits, not on a bunch of chicanery garbage.
That's a pretty liberal statement there myself, but whatever.
Well. Court finds the defendant's failure to ensure the response was filed as opposed to postmark by June 25th was culpable. I know, we know. And the postmark on her filing indicates it was mailed to the court on June 25th. This is not the case where weeks or months passed without a response. The court is also not convinced that any prejudice has been caused by the plaintiffs. Is not convinced that any prejudice has been caused by the plaintiffs. Accordingly, is ordered that the plaintiff's motion for entry or default is denied. Plaintiff's response to defendant Preston's motion dismisses due on or before July 15th. So July 15th, you will see that plaintiff's response to motion to dismiss is due on or before July 15th. So he has a chance to respond to them, and that'll be in 14 days. Which I'm sure he's already working on something. So let's see what exactly her memorandum was for Moton. Okay. Let's see. Memorandum in support of Moton to dismiss. Federal Rule 12B requires dismissal when a complaint fails to state a claim upon which relief can be granted.
It's that Moton again. I feel like I need my tinfoil hat. Moton's coming.
The Moton's coming, man. We need to get some supports in here, man. Get them in some supports. And then
Stay out of the
dismiss them.
cornfield. Them Ailernins got long, cold fingers.
That's what Moton's got, long, cold fingers. And basically, she's claiming a 12B procedure. A party may dismiss a complaint for failure to state a claim upon which relief can be determining whether to dismiss under Rule 12B. A court applies the allegations in the complaint is true and construes them as the light most fave. Non-moving part to the United Texas Corp. 120. Nonetheless, the tenet that the court must accept is true of all the A contained in a complaint is applicable to legal conclusions, and 3 of the elements caused of action supported by mere conclusatory standard. Okay. So furthermore, so you're arguing this claim. Here's where it becomes a problem. If you actually asked her, what does this mean? Do you think she could tell you?
No.
Do the allegations do not count one as oh, wait a second here. The allegations do not establish any agreement between me and the other defendants to do any unlawful act. It doesn't have to. See, that's where somebody needs to get off the stop using whatever it is that they're using to write their pleadings, because it's not doing them any favors. Just saying, it's not doing them any favors. Muppets are from Moton. That's so right. Count 1 is based on my state TRO case, which was voluntarily dismissed without prejudice. I was granted a TRO, but my lawyer, attorney Josh Silverman, met with Hales and his lawyer Shockett in court on September 5th, 2024, and Silverman advised me to dismiss it. He failed to obtain a release, which is why Hales is able to file count 1. I can bring a TRO case against based on Hales stalking of me, which the court has been made aware of any other case with a lot of video links and screenshots. It is absurd that he can try to sue me for obtaining then dismissing the TRO.
It's based on lies, in my opinion, which is why determinasis was overturned on everything.
Yeah.
And removed.
Yeah. Yeah. So if that's what she's thinking that it is, so what so she's talking about count 1. Okay. I'm looking here because so she wants a federal 12B motion. And that's it. She's just talking about count 1. Oh, the conspiracy in count 8, it fails as a matter of law. That's what she's trying to say. Count 8 fails as a matter of law. What about the other counts? Did she not read the pleading? Because there's more than just so. See, and I said this before, whenever you file something like this, it makes it sound like you agree with all the rest of it. Would I be wrong in this? I mean, we read this thing last night, and I was pretty sure that there was more than just one little piece of it that was about her. Like, she didn't argue any of the case. So someone needs to really, really, like I said, learn how to do these things. But you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to learn how to read a little better, or at least write a little better. You got another letter? You ready for it?
Fine.
It'll probably be the last one tonight. Then we got other things. Here we go.
It is about time. Let's break this mother down. With Shizzy, Whiz, Nut.
Alrighty. An open letter to the filing that thinks, to the filing that thinks the First Amendment is a get-out-of-lawsuit-free card. Or how Michelle Preston tried to dismiss reality with a rule and a shrug by Shizzy Wiznut, Esquire Never, Velcro law legend, and part-time observer of legal faceplants. To the idiot, I Googled 12B6 and now I'm a lawyer. Well. If it isn't the legal equivalent of someone lighting a dumpster fire and then asking the court to blame the match manufacturer. Your pro se motion to dismiss is such a marvel of misunderstanding, misdirection, and misapplication that it deserves its own Netflix docuseries. I'm on Netflix! Oh, wrong one. Oh. Perhaps something titled Law School Dropout, How I Twomblied Myself into a Deposition. And unlike the court, I'm not here to pretend there's a merit buried somewhere underneath that grammatical compost heap you filed. Let's talk about your legal strategy, shall we? And I'm using strategy here the same way one might describe a raccoon blindly charging a vending machine. You filed a pro se motion to dismiss that was so self-defeating, so internally, constipatory, and so openly confessional that I genuinely had to double check whether it was secretly filed by the plaintiff to strengthen their own case. But what really took this thing from mildly absurd to legally suicidal was your proud admission that you filed a temporary restraining order against Jeremy Hales and then dropped it. And now you're blaming your own lawyer for not getting a release. Michelle, let's unpack that flaming pile of bullshit-filled suitcase of bad decisions, shall we? Let's start with count 1. Your proud confession that you weaponized the legal system with a temporary restraining order, only to dismiss it without prejudice. And now you want the federal court to believe that this somehow invalidates the claim against you. In your own words, your attorney advised you to dismiss the TRO, but didn't obtain a release. As if due process is just a fast food drive-through, and, well, they always fuck it up in the drive-through, and someone forgot the ketchup. You didn't just say, I dismissed my TRO without prejudice. No, that would be boring. You went the extra mile and declared to a federal judge, I dismissed it because my lawyer told me to. But he screwed up and didn't make Jeremy promise not to sue me for it later. Oops, guess I might refile it anyway. Here's the thing, Michelle. You can't tell a federal judge, yeah, I fired the gun, but it jammed, and I might try again later. Or John Cook, or, whoever else I might apply to. And expect the court to nod sympathetically. That's not a defense. That's a roadmap to abuse of process, malicious prosecution, and if you're not careful, sanctions so severe your filing privileges might need their own restraining order. You seem to think that because your first shot missed, you can't just reload without consequences. You'd think you'd learned that after shooting yourself in the foot so many times. But Jeremy's complaint didn't just pluck that, I almost said coconut, point that count out of the thin air. It's based on the fact that you initiated a legal process under false or retaliatory pretenses, dropped it the second it wasn't going your way, and now brag about your ability to do it again. You didn't you didn't undermine his claim. You confirmed it on the record. Oh, man. Then we arrive at count 8.
You want me to take over?
No.
Okay.
I'm just, shaking my head. Then we arrive at count 8.
That's what that noise was.
Yeah.
Rattle, rattle, rattle.
Rattle. Oh, my shit's falling out again. Where your argument reaches a level of self-delusion and borders on performance art. You seem to believe that conspiracy is just a big scary word used by people who don't understand the internet. According to you, there's no agreement, no tort, no harm, just free speech. A little light complaining and some online posts with your friends. You want the court to believe that this is all constitutionally protected, as if the First Amendment in some sort of digital invisibility cloak that makes you coordinate harassment campaigns vanishes into thin air. But let me explain something slowly, in case the Twombly, whatever the fuck that's supposed to be, citation you chucked into your filing were decorative. Free speech does not protect tortious conduct. Not torturous, you fucking idiots. You'd think that people who were supposed to have been lawyers would know how to pronounce that word, but whatever.
Well, come on.
Tortoise interference. When you gather in private group chats with co-defendants, plan online attacks, amplify defamatory claims in a coordinated effort, and celebrate the fallout, you've crossed from commentary into conspiracy. This isn't a matter of subjective perception. It's a matter of what you did with whom and with what effect. That's what the complaint alleges. And under Twombly, that's more than enough to survive a motion to dismiss. You didn't dismantle the allegations. You validated them with every "I was just running my cock washer" excuse you could muster. You seem to think you're in control of this narrative. That by dressing up your behavior in constitutional wrapping paper, like the weirdo freak in front of the mirror in Silence of the Lambs, or the court will overlook the rancid meat inside. And cucking. But you made a critical error. You forgot that sophistry only works when the audience isn't holding the receipts. Sophistry. Jeremy's complaint isn't just full of speculation. It contains screenshots, timelines, shared posts, direct quotes, and evidence of interdefendant coordination. That's not conjecture. That's not an inference too far. That's exactly what conspiracy looks like before it's been boiled down to a verdict and a judgment lien, or a bunny rabbit on a stove. And now... and now we get to the service certification. Your moment of bureaucratic pride. You declare that you emailed this motion to opposing counsel, like you're delivering the Magna Carta by carrier pigeon. Good job, Michelle. You figured out how email works. But unfortunately, Rule 12b-6 doesn't give out participation trophies. And "I hit send" is an illegal argument. You could have taped this filing to a Roomba and let it wander into the courthouse, and it wouldn't have been about as effective as what you actually filed. Oh, and it would have. This isn't a motion to dismiss. It's a public display of your complete misunderstanding of how law, facts, and accountability work. It's a Hail Mary pass thrown from your living room, caught by nobody, and spiked into the carpet while yelling, "I know my rights." And while you're over there hoping the court will mistake recklessness for righteousness, the rest of us are just watching the inevitable. Your motion will be denied. Your defenses will crumble. And you'll finally learn that pro se doesn't mean free pass. And as I've said before, potatoes make good vodka, not pro se litigants or lawyers. So no, Michelle. This motion doesn't dismiss anything. It confirms, well, everything. It confirms your role, your intentions, your coordination, and your total lack of remorse. And when the court denies your motion, just know that it wasn't your lack of legal knowledge that doomed it. It was your arrogance in thinking the Constitution was your co-conspirator. So, well, here's my advice. Free and worth every penny. Stop trying to lawyer your way out of a paper trail you wrote in Sharpie. Oh, she's gonna get mad over that one. Stop using legal advice as a get-out-of-conspiracy-free card. And for the love of habeas corpus, stop filing documents that read like unintentional confessions followed by legal suicide notes, or Dear Red Shoe Diaries. Warmly, with coffee, Shizzy Wiznut, defender of facts, slayer of nonsense, and still trying to untangle whatever that was that you filed. Yes, I wear Velcro shoes. They come off faster when I'm kicking pro se filings into the trash. And I will never be your fucking daddy.
It is about time. Let's break this mother down. With Shizzy, Wiz, Nut.
Judge is going to need a hell of a lot of potatoes after reading.
Right. Well, look what Chucky says. Why is it I can picture Yamaha in a floral dress with hairy legs when he goes into his heavy trans voice?
Oh, because he does. Didn't you notice? You've
That's
never seen
Vera
it. have you?
DeMilo to you.
You should, yeah, that's how he look. That's whatever he's looking at me whenever he's crapping on my porch. He just hikes up that truss and looks at me.
Yes,
Right in the
right.
eyes.
Do you remember that scene in Pet Detective
Oh God.
when Jim Carrey has got his hair tweaked out to the side and he's wearing that pink frilly tutu, acting like a weirdo?
Yes, it's sort of close.
Well, that's pretty much every day.
Oh wait, how? Oh, I've got it. I got to show you something. You know, we're talking about that, and I was like, that reminds me of this thing I saw. I've got to show it because it's so awesome, and it's so. Let's just put it this way. This is a lot how sometimes I see doing these kinds of things. Give me a second. Oh, it's this right here. This is it. This is just. Let me explain. This is how I picture Yamaha if you were just whenever he's reading these. It's if you don't laugh, I feel for you. This is Yamaha right here whenever he's reading these.
Sorry for the sounds.
Yeah.
You get loosened up after you're here for a while.
Could you just not look at me while you're doing
The
it?
sound of when you go, it's going to change throughout the next few months as you get reshaped.
What is that supposed to mean?
I came in as a trumpet. I sound a little bit like a drum set now, the way it flops out.
Okay. You just not talk to me when you're going to the bathroom.
This feels wonderful.
Dude, you
Thanks
gotta
for warming it up.
You gotta look at me when you're doing that, man.
Yeah, sure.
No, could you not look at me? When you're doing that?
Doing what? Sorry for the sound.
I go to jail just because I like the fart box finger punch.
When I saw that, I was like, and then you started saying, "Yeah, whenever I'm on your porch." I was like, I picture Yamaha doing that exact thing. You stop looking at me while you do that, and then you just going, "Sure."
You see some of those that get all excited. Yay, I'm going to intake. Oh! That's why you just do the squat and cough now. Way too many of those guys are just too comfortable with that.
I had to stop eating my dinner. Thanks, Jesse.
That's why nobody wants to touch paint chips. He just gets all wet and excited when that happens. Oh, are they going to check my
Okay.
fart box?
Okay, I'll make your dinner better. Okay, I promise this will make your dinner better.
though. She just said her name used to be Kyle. I respect it, just wasn't ready to meet the extra fork on the first date.
Just got to third base. Turns out it was bigger than mine. Fuck that, I'm out.
I ain't even mad she had one. I'm mad it had veins. Bro, it winked at me. That reminds me, if you're out in the woods and you're walking along, or you're standing by an empty park, there's a lot of bushes around, and all of a sudden you hear this thing in the bushes or in the trees going, heth, heth, and you see it, it's a little pink rattlesnake, and they spit, but don't touch it.
Okay.
I'm just telling you.
Okay. Now that we got that one out of the way, this one's good too. This one's really good.
You never told us we'd be fighting humans. More like angry demons with skin. Everything was quiet. Then we heard one whisper, peekaboo, before jumping out of a bush and mowing down 17 of our guys.
They wrote
Send more in the blood of our fallen on our own dropship. One screamed, "This is Sparta!" and kicked our general off a cliff. Are you crazy? I'm not going back. One of them bit me. Through armor. I have tetanus now. One kept throwing our energy grenades back at us with a pickleball racket. They brought a goose. Just a regular, angry goose. And let it loose. We surrendered. The note that said, "Be right back." When we picked it up, hish, it exploded. I tried playing dead. One yelled, "Unzip its pants." I ran faster in my entire life.
Probe me, probe me.
Probe me, probe me.
We gotta send this one back. He's too willing.
I think they just geese can be mean.
Oh yeah,
Yes,
oh, yeah.
they can.
Yes, they can.
We whenever I was a kid, we had a goose. We called him Sucker Duck. He was actually a goose, but we called him Sucker Duck. Kids don't expect. So he would chase the dog around, and then the dog would chase him around, and they just were like best buds. And then found out after we moved, the people that moved in, so Sucker Duck came around, and it was a pit bull.
Oh, he thought he was going to make a new friend. Didn't work out well, did it?
No.
Yeah.
That was all of Sucker Duck.
Yeah, he was ducking
Sucker Duck
glass
became,
after that.
He became dinner.
Yeah.
Man, what can you do? What can you do? But I think we just need. Okay, we need just a little more violence. Okay. Speaking of dog attacks, here we go. Dog attack.
That's funny.
I figured we needed something lighthearted. Yeah. Everybody, have a wonderful day.
Thank you, everybody. Yeah,
thank you for coming by. And we'll see you again very soon. It's just go have a good evening. Be kind to one another. Peace.
Yeah. See ya.
Oh, you thought I was done, bless your heart, but I'm still living rent-free, it's a work of art. Call me daddy, call me nut, call me the goat. You're paddling upstream while I'm running this boat. You say, I don't care, yet you're glued to the screen. Caught up in my glow while you stay unseen. Your shade's like a breeze, it's barely a draft. Meanwhile, I'm the Picasso of roasting your ass. You say you're over me, oh how cute, but here I am, still the star of your loop. You're my biggest fans, don't even deny. So grab some popcorn when daddy goes live. Live. Call me daddy, yeah, shout it loud. King of your thoughts, I'm making you proud. Papa nut, shizzy daddy, headline act. Your background noise, and that's just a fact. Let's face the score. You hate that you love me, but you keep wanting more. You're like a dog chasing cars, you don't know why. But here you are, barking while I touch the sky. Your comments are gold, such comedy gold. Who hurt you? Oh wait, it's me, I'm told. You're keeping tabs like an unpaid intern while I'm cashing checks. When will you learn? Your timeline's a shrine to every move I make. I'd say thanks, but you're a nasty skank. Oh, shizzy's washed up. Yeah, sure, Jan, yet here I am, the centerpiece of your plan. You hate watch my stream like it's Oscar night, but guess what, kiddos? I'm still shining bright. Call me daddy, send in your bread. your mental landlord, you can't complain. Let's keep it real. You hate that I'm winning, but you love how it feels. Oh, I'm sorry, did I break your streak? You tried to ignore me for like half a week, but daddy's too spicy, you can't look away. I'm the train wreck you need every single day. So while you're out there with your plastic clout, I'm here sipping coffee watching you freak out. You're irrelevant. Wow, what a take. Now go rewatch my vids while I count how much I make. I count how much I make. Call me daddy. Yeah, own it now. I'm reading your brain and you don't know how. Pop a nut, shizzy daddy, let's at the bar. I'm the constellation, you're a burned out star. Embrace your role, cause I'm the main character. You're just an old ragged ass, burned out troll. So that's your bedtime story, kids tucked in sweet and snug. Shizzy daddy's forever, you lose and you're stuck in the mud. Now say goodnight to Papa Nut, your mental plane. Oh wait, you will see me tomorrow's. Agenda will see me tomorrow, same obsession, same effing thing.
Everybody go show some